So, hello everybody. Welcome. This is technically the first Helios Real Estate Group podcast.
Hello, hello.
There's our leader.
Fearless leader.
Fearless leader. She got Helios tatted on her body.
Yeah, all over, head to toe.
Head to toe, baby. That's something I would do. You want a little coffee?
Of course.
It's just
Yes, please.
black with ghee. So you're in for a treat.
Something like that.
Ugh.
I'll just swallow my gum, I guess.
No, don't do that. It'll be in your system for 7 years.
Yeah.
You just put it out on the table there.
Gross.
This used to be our coffee table. That's on you, and you know who you are.
That's actually really good.
It's actually not, is it?
I think it's good. Like, I don't like the taste of black coffee by itself at all, but with the ghee in it, it's actually pretty good.
It's a little buttery. Yeah, it's pretty good.
A little bit.
Pretty good. So, a couple of other things. Ding dong. Well, who's that? Who that? Who that? Well,
Who there? Mr. Mailman. Mr. Mailman.
got us a little something.
Oh.
Yes, it has come from Market Dwellings. So this is something big. I think it's some of our first swaggy. First thing I want to do, though, I have to give a shout out. And on the count of three, we'll do to our program sponsor. And this podcast was brought to you by Uniformity across the board here. This podcast was brought to you by the Helios Real Estate Group at Nebraska Realty.
Oh.
If you want to sell it,
List it with Helios.
list it with Helios. If you want to buy it, you want to sell it, call Helios. Call us. Don't have any questions.
I'm so excited I can barely stand it.
I wonder what it's in. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at you. Those look super nice. Raised, it feels like.
Here's today. Hit me up in the link below. Market Dwellings for all your market needs. Nebraska Realty. There's no place like Nebraska Realty. Did you put this on here?
500 business cards, a name tag, 10 note cards and envelopes, 30 door hangers, 1 magnet, 1 keychain, and 1 pen. There's no place like Nebraska Realty. I like that you can stick your card in the bottom.
Sick pen.
I didn't know a human could make that sound.
You're going to see a lot more where these came from, baby.
Ooh, look at those.
So, I think we should make this into a necklace.
With a chain.
Blang, blang, pinky ring, wire, baby. We're just wearing this
I already got a pinky ring.
with a chain. Oh,
See that?
got a
See that
pinky ring.
Oh, it's still blurry.
Yeah, you're just rocking this thing.
It would be a fashion statement for sure.
At all the sales meetings. Oh, sorry. yeah, we
You
just
whip
been
around too fast and it flies and hits the person next to you.
I think we should drill a hole in here and make a chain out of it.
Yeah, I think we should. We definitely could hang it on the wall then.
And
But
make it sold, baby. Thank you, Nebraska Realty. Thank you, Andy Alway. I appreciate you, Andy. Some sick stuff. And you know who paid for that? That was all Andy. He paid for it. I didn't pay for that.
That's generous.
You know how much all that stuff cost me? Zip. Andy Alway, if you have any questions, give us a call. We'll tell you all about them. We'll tell you how to get hooked up with Nebraska Realty, and we'll make sure that it's seamless for you.
fantastic place to work, and your compensation can't be beat. Excellent compensation structure.
Excellent. Some of literally the highest in the industry, and not to mention compensation. You know what they say?
Compensation isn't everything.
Compensation isn't everything. Well, compensation isn't everything. Well, guess what? It kind of is everything for me, okay? If you ain't competent, I ain't doing it. Let me just tell you this.
Tell me.
Helios Real Estate Group is taking over. The Helios Real Estate Group is awesome, and we want you and your skills and your abilities. We want you to come and be with us. Enjoy the beauty, soak up the sun, be living your best life. That's what all the kids say is cool these days. come on over to Nebraska Realty, the Helios Real Estate Group. We'd love to have you here. We think you guys are great. Lots of things we can do. Andy Alway. Now tell me a little bit about this Helios Real Estate Group.
Helios Real Estate Group is fantastic. Why you join our group? Compensation is amazing. We have pooled resources for marketing and events. You obviously have a better support system than you're going to get just out on your own. I think that you bring an excellent source of information on training in business and understanding people and how they're going to react.
Tap me in.
Tap. I wasn't done, but go for it.
You want to go back in?
No.
Are you back in or am I out?
That's you.
Because now I'm back in. Because I was
We were
in.
just
and then big thing about Helio, right? Helios Real Estate. You want to be taking your properties from this for sale to sold. That's why you switch over to Helios, right? Are you tired of having your listings expire? Do you want to move properties? Do you want to join a team? Do you want all the people that are supposedly your superiors to be mentally clocked out because, I'm going to retire in 10 years, so I'm pretty much just coasting right now? Okay, well, guess what, little coaster? You're not my kind of gal or guy. Seriously, let them, hey, if you want to retire and you want to sit over in the corner office and take it easy, go sit over there because we're all here to have fun going up. We rise. What's constant? The sun will rise tomorrow. The song? The sun will come up tomorrow. Little orphan Annie knew it. She was betting her bottom dollar.
I'm sorry, she didn't even have a dollar.
She didn't even have it. She bet somebody else's dollar. And guess what? Sun came up. Helios, the cream of the crop. The cream will rise to the top. Let me tell you a story about two little mouses. I'll tell you later. I mean, you should look at Helios. One, not, hey, you should switch over to Helios. And we're not taking crap. Like, if you're not a high caliber individual, please just recognize that yourself. And if you're not high caliber and you're not about it, then go off and go do what you're doing.
The big thing about our team as well, we're looking for like-minded individuals that want to grow. They're not here to just coast and see what happens and see what falls in their lap. That is not the way that real estate is done if you want to be successful. We are hungry for business. We're not afraid to show it.
Our incentive structure and our compensation structures are based off of that. If you aren't going to bet on yourself, then why should I bet on you? Like, if you can't, no one's going to root for you until you root for yourself. Like, you got to believe in yourself before anybody else. You're not going to bet on yourself on this compensation structure, then why would I put my money on you? Like, you've already kind of chilled. So it's like, and if you are going to bet on yourself, you have us 100% fully backing you. And we'll put every opportunity and tool that we can basically in their lap so that they can achieve that and that we can go on. But at any point, you want to hop off the ship, see ya. You're not bringing anybody else down.
Team lead, we just want people with initiative, right? So if you don't have that initiative, if you're not willing to put in the effort, we don't want you on the team. When you show that initiative, you have, a wealth of knowledge opened up to you from a real estate standpoint, from a business standpoint, the way that will help with marketing. There's a huge opportunity to grow joining the team, but you have to show that initiative. You have to show that you want it.
Mm-hmm. Something like a little simple 9 to 5. This is something that not only from the real estate and the business and the psychology standpoint and the behaviorism, but really from the self-improvement of who you are and elevating that. That is the main, that's the main point. Like, you can't have a work-life balance. You can't be a killer in business and a slob outside of business. They don't go together. It's like water and oil. So the big thing is we elevate who the individual is. We elevate who we are. Every day we have that opportunity where we're trying to get better. And that has in a world of cause and effect, it has a overlapping, there's carryover into our personal life from that and into our business life that's going to be showing. So it's not like, hey, I'm going to get into the ring as a mixed martial artist, but I don't know how, I only got ground game. Muay Thai. If I don't have a ground game in MMA, you're not going to be a champion. And if you only have stand-up game or if you only have ground game, you're also not going to be a champion. You need to be a mixed martial artist of business, of life.
Something that's interesting too, we've talked about creating that recommended reading list, right? And those books are going to elevate you in business and in your personal life. But making those changes, it's amazing to me trying to elevate myself just in my personal life and not wasting time sitting in front of the TV all night, not going out and drinking all the time, right? Choosing things, being out in nature, soaking up the sun, reading these books that are elevating you, making better choices in your personal life. It's amazing how that just expands in your business, right? You're doing a better job. You're dealing with people better. You have the energy to do that and the almost mental
capacity. Brain is elastic. You can learn more. You never stop learning, and it has a capacity. And really, it is just every day trying to go to bed a little bit better than you were when you woke up that morning. And over a long period of time, there's a compounding effect. It's called a snowball effect, basically. And over a long period of time, that really sets you off. If two people start here and this guy, right, doesn't read any pages of anything before, and we're looking at a 50-year, and this guy reads, 1 page a night, 10 pages a night on something, and this guy's read nothing, at the end of a year, you're like, oh my goodness, wow, this guy has read 3,650 more pages than this guy had. That out for 10 years, take that out for 50 years. And it's like, well, what are you reading? Now it's not only, okay, so now we know the benefits, but what are you reading? What are you meditating on? And I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand. Just yesterday, somebody was like, man, everything that you're talking about, like these corporations need to jump on it. Like I could see a corporation hiring you to come in to elevate the whole team based off of everything. And it's like, not only that with our team, that's what people don't realize. They think, I'm just joining, just another team. And it's like, no.
That's been something that's been interesting to me too, even with the reading, right? Because I used to read all the time as a kid, and then I kind of stopped as an adult just because it's really, really hard for me to find the time. And so you say that you'll read one page, you'll read one paragraph, right? So I have 4 different books I'm reading right now. There's short chapters in 2 of them. So I read 1 chapter of each in the morning. I have 1 book that I read 2 pages of, and 1 book that I read maybe 2 to 4 pages of in the morning. And so all of that takes me about 10 minutes. It's not anything that takes a long time, but I'm getting that knowledge in first thing in the morning. And you actually get through your reading pretty quick. I'm making pretty good progress with it, but it's not an overload of information, but it's a daily flow of that information that's going to better me every single day. So that's been something that's kind of interesting for me to play around with that, not saying, I can't read because I don't have an hour or 2, right? Give me 10 minutes, I'll learn something.
Yeah. And then as you plant that seed in the morning, it's interesting. And then the work goes on underground. So that seed is planted, right? You take on that knowledge, and then you're going to be operating differently throughout the day. And by 12 o'clock, right, you've already basically, there's going to be a conversation or something where it's like, oh, actually, that's interesting. Now that, I just opened up and I took on that knowledge, it's pretty just the RAS system. You've just tuned your brain to that frequency, and now you're going to operate differently based off of that. And you're going to see it in the world, and then it's going to release dopamine and all that stuff. And it's just some simple biohacking. Like, people don't really need to know the science behind it. Just know, like, hey, read for 10 minutes. Read those little things and see what, and then you'll be like, oh my goodness. And if you want to know the science, why it works, there's all that. But that's really what you get when you're joining the team. Nobody here saying, hey, let's go out and go get drunk. No one's here saying, then let's go eat, a bunch of McDonald's and let's go out and have, just horrible times. Like,
we're having good times.
Yeah. We're saying like, hey,
and we're present for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're present for them. That's the biggest thing. Right? We're not running all over. Oh, sorry, I was on a vacation, and I can't help because I go on another vacation tomorrow when I get back, and blah blah blah. And I don't want to be here, and I want to be off enjoying my life. Yeah, you go have your cocktail hour for 3 hours, drunk, falling down, slurring your speech, and all this. And over the next 10 years, I'm going to do this, and you go and do that, and let's see what happens. If you don't wind up dead, you're not going to wind up ahead. Book, The Compounding Effect, will tell you this is the difference of you having 1 soda a day. versus over a long period of time. Like one soda a day can, all I know is I know nothing. And that's Socrates and Jeff.
And Jeff.
Yes, that's what Jeff tells me. All I know is I know nothing. And you know what they said, the oracle? Who's the smartest man in the world? Well, Socrates is the wisest of them all. And Socrates says, well, how am I the wisest when I say I don't know anything? Like, all I know is I don't know anything. The biggest thing is you're getting, camaraderie. You're getting to be with like-minded individuals that have a desire to excel. And then you are not only getting the mental side of that, you're getting, potentially the physical side of the benefits of doing some of the, performing some of the movements and things like that for the mental clarity. You're getting to partake in leveraging social media and AI to its fullest potential. And all of that is rewarded by, incentivized and rewarded by some of the highest compensation structures, packages with potentials of profit sharing and things like that you're not going to get anywhere else. And then what do you do with those profits? It's brought in. Not only that, the investment opportunities at minusing out frictional, charges on there is just insane. Put that into a compounding calculator and allow that to roll on for the next, 10, 15 years, however long you're expecting to be in the industry, maybe 20, 25, and you are going to be leagues ahead of individuals who are still going to be sitting there or dead.
I was gonna say, I think that is a big thing for the team too, is we're young. I just turned 30. I have years and years and years ahead of me of working, right? Retirement is not even a thought in my mind, as opposed to they're ready to retire, right? That's what they've got on their mind. That's their end goal within the next, few years, right? So it's hard, I think, to maintain the level that's needed to grow correctly and to motivate other people to grow correctly, because you're looking at retirement. Like you said, I want to be on vacation. I don't want to be here. I've already done enough, right? We don't have that mindset at all. We're young. So we're not going to have that mindset. We're going to be interested in growing not only ourselves, but the team too, because the team grows and succeeds than we do too. So that's going to be, I think, a difference that you see in our team too, is just because of our age, we've got maybe a little bit more desire for growth than others.
Charlie was 99.9 when he died. Do you think that they were ever looking for retirement? And the moment that person is looking, I'm headed out, I'm not going to be doing too much and stuff. The moment you start saying that, get lost. The moment if you catch, us saying that, remind us and we'll get lost. Because one, what is your goal? You're working towards a point to get to a certain amount of money, right? And once I have that, then I'll be able to retire and enjoy life and stuff. It's like, if you are not living, if you're the mastered fate captain of your soul and you are creating the world that you're in now, if this isn't what, your relaxation, your retirement, something that's all consuming, you're hoping for a better life, go do that life now. Right? If you haven't figured out, but if this is what you're about and you're wanting to grow, the moment that they have mentally say, I'm just going to do this for 5 more years and then I'm out and stuff, like, go, see ya. Because you're not, that's not the point. I'm not ever. These are the same individuals say, well, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I wouldn't go to work. Okay, if that is what you're saying, if you win the lottery tomorrow, you wouldn't go to work at your current job, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Right? If like us win the lottery, guess what? Everything we're doing, it's just bigger.
I'm selling a house tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm showing up again tomorrow. Like, I'm not ever just going to kick my feet back. You're looking at setting up these organizations and all these things that we're working towards, right now, and having those conversations for these 5 different organizations and stuff. So it's like, if you're not living your dream now, and most individuals aren't. Most individuals are, will always live, I hope to live, but I'll live tomorrow. I'll retire in 60 years, then I get to retire and enjoy. And it's like, dude, if you want to get off the treadmill, because we're going to stay over here and we're going to create something. And if you do get off, you're no friend of ours. You don't have a seat at the table. Until next time, let's go. Helios.